world full of copies, be the original. Everywhere I go, I see so many girls, so many women look the same, with the same amount of milliliters in their lips, with Botox everywhere, and they just look all identical. And it's so sad because I feel like the more people get done, the more obsessed they become over it, and the more they lose their uniqueness through it. Of course, I'm not saying that if you're insecure about something, you can't change it, but you don't need to get all the beauty procedures there are there in the world. If you want, for example, a tinier waist and a thinner face, you might as well just hit the gym and work on yourself and stop being lazy and go and get everything done. Especially, I feel like you should really embrace your natural beauty, and you need to understand that it's not your Botox or your lip fillers that look 90% of the time like a goose that makes people gravitate towards you. It's all about your character, your charisma, your energy, and your presence. Because there will always be somebody that might be better looking than you. A girl who might have bigger boobs than you, a girl who has longer legs than you, a girl who is taller than you, but there's no one out there with your type of energy, because your energy and what you have to say is irreplaceable. I always say this, looks are replaceable. Of course, you should take care of your appearance and strive to look the best you can, but it's also what you have up here and in your soul. If you are just good looking on the outside, but you don't have a kind soul, you don't have a beautiful soul, you don't have a unique energy, no one will ever gravitate towards you. You know, I'm Slavic, and there's something that is called духовное состояние, and that's basically your state of being. That's why it's so beneficial when you meditate in the morning, because that brings you into that feminine flow state. I personally try to meditate every single morning, and it makes me feel so good. Don't get me wrong, of course, men are visuals, and it's the first entry point, but to all the men I've ever talked to, they always told me that they appreciate a natural beauty, because nowadays it's so rare to see girls that are actually naturally pretty, and it's a piece of art, genuinely. In a world where everyone looks the same, you might as well embrace your uniqueness. And always remember that men always stay for the vibe, how they feel when they are surrounded by you. And it's not enough to just be good looking. It's also important to have something in your brain. What truly drives you? What is your opinion? You need to be able to have such a strong opinion, even if that means that it contradicts 90% of how the population thinks. And that's truly what makes you captivating and draws people in, and they will start listening you, and they will start to see you who you truly are, and not simply just the perfect picture on the outside. There must be more depth towards you. So what are your ambitions? What truly drives you? Don't be a yes ma'am who agrees with every single opinion out there. If I disagree with something, I will say it. I have very strong opinions. A lot of people that follow me on Instagram know exactly how I tick, and I stand by it, because that makes me exactly who I am. And I need you to remember that there is no one out there like you. Remember who you are and show it. Don't just be so obsessed with how you come across when you go somewhere. Interact with people. How are you when you interact? Are you confident? Are you comfortable being in silence and just being on your own and being your own vibe? Are you kind when it comes to other people? How do you act around them? That's all the things that matter, because I will say it again, obviously looks are the first entry point. But after that, it's all about who you are on the inside. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. If you have an ugly soul, you will also come across like that, and no one will ever want to treat you nicely. However, if you are good looking, and then on top of that you have the brains, and on top of that you have that energy, that you are in your feminine energy, you just enjoy every single day the way it comes, honey, you will have all men begging on their knees for you. So yeah, And of course, I'm not saying that you can get stuff done. Please do so if it makes you feel better. But if you can change something yourself, like losing the weight instead of going to get operation, do it. You don't need to go to Ozempic to be skinny. You can also just shut your mouth, go to the gym, and get the same result. Don't be lazy. Take care of yourself, not only from the outside, but also what you have on the inside. And think every day, what drives you? Don't be comfortable, don't be convenient to other people. If you disagree with something, say it. Make your opinions very clear and have a backbone. That's exactly what makes you you, and there's no one out there with your type of energy. Yeah, somebody might be better looking than you, so what? But you have that energy that is simply irreplaceable, and the knowledge and your thoughts. No one is ever thinking the way you are. So articulate yourself, and you will be seen by men and by other people way more than just a pretty picture or a pretty girl. Because everybody can look good, but not everybody can have your energy, your character, your presence, your charisma, your knowledge. And that's all. So go out there, be the best you can be, take care of your soul, how you are when you're connected with the universe, and you will see how it's easy. It's easy. You don't need to get validation from anyone because you are already validating yourself.